It was a Friday morning around 9 a.m. November 26. Milwaukee police will respond to the 3800 block of North 13th Street and reports of fire. 19-year-old Turner will be found shot dead in the upstairs bedroom of his mother's home. Though there's not many details known about this incident, we do know the house was shot at and somehow Juan was fatally struck. Many people expressed confusion as he was in an upstairs room when shot at from outside the house. Some commenters speculating he could have been looking out of the window at the time of the shooting.
They say this Milwaukee rapper Opps came to his house and unalived him while he was upstairs in his room. I heard, it get the cracking in Milwaukee, boy. Y'all better not sleep on Milwaukee, folks. It's cracking and it's busting in Milwaukee, folks. Let's see what's going on, though.
FBI operation that targeted multiple Milwaukee homes yesterday morning.
Oh, damn.
Led to the arrest of 17 people involved in what law enforcement is calling a violent drug trafficking ring.
Uh-oh!
Welcome back to another Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's get right into it. Today's story brings us back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As we talked about
back in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee is a wild city. In 2019, a study was done which ranked Milwaukee as the #1 worst city for Black Americans in the country. With the Black median income being less than half of white residents and being 12 times more likely as a Black person in Milwaukee to end up in prison, leading to many young men to grow up with lack of positive male influence and turn to the streets at a very young age. Now let's talk about the man who brings us here today, Juan Turner, or better known as Big Juan.
Big Juan. Big boy.
This particular side of Milwaukee is well known for its drug dealing and high-speed chases. It's also where a lot of Milwaukee's biggest rappers hail from.
Okay.
Yeah, right now it's a battlefield. Show them.
Big Juan would jump off the porch at a young age where him and his friends would create a clique called YPC, short for Young Paper Chasers, a crew of very young men just like many Milwaukee youth aspiring to be successful and make it out the hood.
I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did?
Juan, already influenced by the Milwaukee street culture, would have an even bigger influence come into his life. A rapper by the name of Wonder Bread Reed would date Juan's mother when he was a young boy and become his godfather and would treat the young Juan like a son. The only thing is, Reed wasn't just your typical rapper. He was well respected in the streets and a part of the group Wonder Bread, an older group known for rapping about selling drugs and making it out the hood. Juan would see major success street hustling, and like many Milwaukee hustlers, would start rapping about the lifestyle. His first video, released November 2019, called Fast Lane Lifestyle,
he was
an instant success, making major waves across Milwaukee. Although Milwaukee is known for street guys being able to make a lot of money, the level Juan was on at his age was very rare. He would receive hate as people would try and downplay his motion and credit it to Reed, but Juan was really making his own money, and he was knee deep in the streets while being one of the hottest rappers in the city.
Keep it P, ain't nobody tell me shit like my nigga E. I'm tired of niggas saying Reed. I got love for fussing, that's the only shit he did for me. I'm tired of niggas saying Reed.
In an interview with DJ Jerry, he would name Chicken P, Blessed Team Big C, and Wonder Bread Reed as his biggest inspirations as he started rapping as a young man. And if you're familiar with his rap style, that will be no surprise as he went into deep detail about his drug dealing, rapping specifically about selling dog, slang for heroin, possibly.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Selling heroin is one of the worst mistakes I ever made in my life, folks. This shit lasted me a few weeks. Do your homework. You ever been in a heroin house? You ever been in the... Listen, man. Listen, man. That's a whole nother game than just selling loud or even crack, you know what I'm saying? Or even the little rocks in your... You know what I'm saying? Like, you selling heroin, that's a whole different... You going to whole different type of places selling that. You in different type of clientele selling that, like, man.
The most profitable drug sold in the streets, as it can be stretched more than any other
but
drug.
Yeah, the heroin can be stretched. I was just gonna say that heroin can be stretched real thin. You know what I'm saying? And So it's it's a lot of profit in selling it.
To multiply his profits, making it one of the most lucrative street hustles known. And Juan would not keep this a secret, as he would rap in depth about stepping on his drugs and multiplying them, which he would name his debut mixtape, Dog Slayers, in tribute
Dog
to
Slayers.
the hustle. Juan was now one of the most popular rappers in the city at just age 17. He would be shot shortly after this, but there's not much details on the situation. Rumors were spread of Juan being killed, and he did his only interview with DJ Jerry a few weeks after the incident, brushing it off, saying he's thankful to be alive.
So they tried to
to Juan, but the feds did as well. And just 1 month after his second mixtape would be released, the FBI would indict 24 Milwaukee men for trafficking, including Juan. The FBI would indict
24 people in Milwaukee charged with heroin and coke trafficking and firearm offenses. Oh my God. FBI,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
They got you, folks. They got you. They got you. They got you, folks. It's bad for you right now, okay? The feds came in like that too. See, y'all be thinking it's a game. You ain't finna sell no heroin and no cocaine, and you think you finna rap about it and show it in your videos and shit? You think ain't nobody watching you, bro? The feds is smart, bro. You done probably sold to a fed, didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
24 Milwaukee men for
24 people is crazy, bro.
New information this noon hour. We now know that an FBI operation that targeted multiple Milwaukee homes yesterday morning led to the arrest of 17 people involved in what law enforcement is calling a violent drug trafficking ring.
What's interesting is most of these men are in their early 30s, and Juan had just turned 18 the month before.
Right.
But was
Juan Turner was just turned 18. Most of them in their 30s. So he was really like
enough to be doing business with much older, high-level drug dealers in Milwaukee.
Right. Damn, they got.
Will quickly bond out and be released. A few days after getting out,
he bonded out?
One of his biggest hits to this day, Eggshell. Juan would include the news clip of the indictment in his video and rapping about how he'll stand tall and won't tell on his rappies. This will further his buzz in the music scene and his respect amongst the streets. Another young member, possibly the youngest, Lil Trav, will start rapping with Juan and will gain massive popularity as he seemed to be just a young kid. But like Juan, he rapped in depth about selling drugs.
Put some extra foil on the dog just to get it black.
Again,
put some extra foil on the dog just to get it black. Whoo! You gotta know what he's talking about if you want to know
about selling drugs.
Put some extra foil on the dog just to get it black.
You gotta know. You gotta know what he said. I'm not finna do to give y'all no classes, folks. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta really know what he's talking about. It's crazy though, gang. Like, man, I wish these young niggas knew how much money they can make off YouTube. You don't gotta do that, folks. Like, I wish motherfuckers knew how much money you can make off Instagram and start a real business. Like, I wish these young niggas' parents, because that's why I was selling drugs. I was selling drugs because I ain't know what else to do to get no money. I was 14. I can't go get no. I'm like, I can't get a job. You gotta be 16 and get a job. Okay. By the time I'm 16, I can make $1,000 every like week and a half. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no bills. I'm 16. What am I going to work $8 an hour, $6 an hour? When I was 16, I think minimum wage was like $7.95 in Illinois or something like that. Man, I ain't going ahead making no damn $7 no motherfucker, man.
Again, in other cities,
y'all better get y'all ass on somewhere
to be well knowledge on street hustling, but this is what Milwaukee street culture is all about. Juan will continue dropping music, doing features with well-known.
At least they make money out there.
Milwaukee-based producer Richie with the Hits, who will produce all of Juan's music. But things will soon change between Juan and his longtime producer. After leaving Richie's studio one night, Juan was robbed at gunpoint, and YPC would speculate that Richie set them up as they got robbed leaving his house. Richie would speak about this in an interview where he would deny all involvement and claim his house was shot up 19 times after the situation, forcing him to quit producing for other artists.
It's my boy. You know what I'm saying? What did they break me off a piece of the chain? Did they give me you know what I'm saying? What did I get out of this? It just don't
damn, boy, you sweating like a motherfucker. He might be lying. Why you sweating so much? You know, niggas start sweating when they get the line, they get nervous and shit.
It make no sense.
Juan's popularity and success would be his downfall as he became a target and very much touchable as he was still in the streets.
Yeah.
Shortly after this, in March of 2021, he would plead guilty to lesser charges and receive credit for time served and 3 years federal supervision for the Fed charges. Happy to have done Fed time, Juan was locked in working on his third solo tape, Dog Slayers 3, when tragedy would strike the Milwaukee streets. It was a Friday morning around 9 a.m., November 26. Milwaukee police will respond to the 3800 block of North 13th Street and reports of shots fired. 19-year-old Turner will be found shot to death in the upstairs bedroom of his mother's home. Though there's not many details known about this incident, we do know the house was shot at and somehow Juan was fatally struck.
And this why you gotta, like, gang. This why I be telling niggas, bro, like, you making enough money to at least move to the suburbs of Milwaukee. Like, you feel me? You can't just still be here living at your mama crib. Everybody you went to school with know where you stay. Everybody you went to camp with know where you stay. Your homies ain't your homies no more. They still know where you stay. Y'all ain't moved, but you making all these $1,000 selling dog food. You feel me? But you ain't moved y'all ain't got no apartment. Motherfucker can't go get no. Y'all tripping. You feel me? Like, so that's why I be telling people, gang, you don't need that much money to move out of your city. Motherfuckers always be like, oh, I ain't got enough money. What you think you need? $10 million in a goddamn horse? All you need is $1,000, man, to move. That's all you need, folks. And you figure it out wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? If you could set up shop here, you could put your money, two things. You could put your money on autopilot, or you could just take your illegal money and flip it to legal money, clean it off, and you straight, gang. But you can't be making all this money getting all this clout. You got all this city clout. Everybody in the city think you hot. You rapping. You getting all these views, all this. And you think you finna still play the streets, dish your ops, make money, and still live in the same house, bro? Hell nah, they gonna come kill you, bro.
Many people expressed confusion as he was in an upstairs room when shot at from outside the house. Some commenters speculating he could have been looking out of the window at the time of the shooting. This would shake the entire city as Juan was well loved all across Milwaukee. Juan was sent home in a babe casket with all of his brothers there to support him. There have been no arrests made in this case and still many unanswered questions.
And rest in peace to Big Juan, man. 19-year-old, one of the richest in charge, man. He was having a lot of motion, a lot of money. And the niggas was mad. They was just mad. That nigga was 19, man. He was up 200-300K easily.
That's crazy.
Just, really having money, having his way, man. And he kept all his little homies together and he put everybody on him around. I guess the people that he didn't put on, or the haters or the oppositions, man, they took him out, man. Rest in peace, Big Juan.
I rock with him because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he was if he had ops or nothing like that. But what I rock with about this, even though, don't get me wrong, the streets is the streets, and you're going to always end up dead or in jail no matter what it is, no matter what section of the streets you playing, whether you robbing, selling, scamming, whatever you doing in the streets, gang, shooting, killing, dissing, whatever you doing in the streets, bro, it's going to all come to the same, you're going to all get the same outcomes out of everything. But at least it don't sound like he was dissing no ops. It don't sound like he was catching no bodies. It don't sound like he was pushing buttons on it. It sound like he was just trying to make some money. You know what I'm saying? And that is what makes it suck that he got, you know what I'm saying, killed like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he did no dirt. I don't know about none of that. But, you know, it go to show, like, 19, you up 200-300K. Man, it's time to go on, get you a business, get serious about your music, flip it. You know what I'm saying? Turn that 300 to 600 by the time you 21. And you straight. You cleaned it all up. You good. You got a new house. You live in a new city somewhere.
It affected the city to this day.
But then that's it. That sucks, though, man.
Out to Dewan and his family.
Is that the little nigga that was rapping with him right here?
It affected the city to this day.
We're sending our condolences.
Fall in heaven while I'm ball down here, Juan. They can't see me like you always said. I'm the youngest do this shit, but y'all knew that. Happy birthday, Big Juan. Damn, Big Juan. Like you said, it sounded like everybody around him, he put them on. You feel me? He made sure they had some bread, made sure they had a little bit of something going on for themselves. But, like, you know, it's always going to be a hater, bro.
Out to
especially in the
streets.
His
family. Comment who I should cover next, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Shout out Big Juan, man. Rest in peace.